This tutorial is gonna go over the magic of using a very underrated body part in your shuffle dance to be able to be more expressive, and that body part is your neck and your head. This is such an overlooked piece of the body. When it comes to shuffling, people are already overlooking the upper body so much, and I get it, foundations and footwork do have to come first so we can layer the upper body over top of it. But almost nobody, very minimal amounts of people, are actually focusing on what their head is doing. And so today I want to give you some examples of movements and ways that you can use your head so that your movements look more complete, right? So when you see a dancer, not just in shuffling, but in other dance styles, there's a difference between the dancer. Let's say the movement is kind of like an open chest movement, okay? There's a big difference in a dancer who is expressing themselves by just doing the movement, right? Or fully committing to the movement, using their head to lock in at the end, right? The same movement, the only thing that changed was that I was using my head to actually complete it. So although shuffling is very footwork based, we can use our head to guide different places, to shift the viewer's attention to different places. So I'm gonna give you a few examples of that today that you can take into your practice. Number one, we are talking about T-step, okay? I'm gonna give you very basic examples. There's lots of ways we can use our head very creatively. But with your T-step, you can use your head to follow where your tapping foot is going. So let's say I'm just doing a stationary T-step right here. So I'm starting with this, and maybe I want to cross back, boom. Sending my head to look at where that foot is going. I pull back up to perch, okay? Let's say I'm gonna tap my foot out here, ha. That simple motion of my head now, boom, ha, boom, compared to my head staying forward, just, fixed maybe on the mirror or whatever the case may be, and my foot just doing the action behind me. Look at the difference here, right? Not only am I directing your attention somewhere, but it's actually causing my upper body to get involved more. If I just simply go back here, my upper body's pretty square to you. Whereas if I decide to turn my head over, immediately I have to actually rotate into it a little bit. So now this shoulder has pulled back, this shoulder has pushed forward, and I'm immediately activating the groove center between the feet and the head, right? Such a simple but major change. Let's talk about rocking. So if we are rocking, we're using more of a rotational vibe here. So what I like to do personally, as I'm rotating around the room and really changing my directions, I like to use my head to tell my body where to go. So let's say I'm starting from this side and I'm gonna rotate and rock my way around to the opposite side. I often, whether it's T-step, reverse T-step, micro bounce, whatever you wanna do, I will often send my head there first, right? If I'm going back this way, my head is determining where I'm going before I get there, all right? So it's a great way to guide your direction as well. You can use this with Running Man, you can use this with anything to guide your direction, all right? Number three, let's talk about our Running Man. So with the Running Man, a great way to use your head to feel groovy and really just start kind of bopping to the song is actually to just be bobbing your head with it, right? So as you're doing your Running Man, every time my tongue even just stuck out because I'm like, hey, right? I'm feeling the groove already. I just moved my head once. When you're dropping into your triangle position, you can nod your head up and close it down on your perch. So ha, 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 right? You do the same with your T-step, kind of nodding it yes, like you're nodding along, agreeing with the groove, okay? You could do the opposite. You could shake your head no, obviously being careful, making sure your neck is properly warmed up. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of a visual there, okay? The last one we'll talk about is a W step. I wanted to pull in some cutting shapes here because I think that it can also be used in cutting shapes. So let's talk about a W step. If I'm just fixated on you, my W step could look like this, right? Nothing wrong with that. But maybe I want to draw your attention more down when I'm going into my cross. So I'm going to drop my head, pull back to neutral, and then I'm gonna pop my chin up, maybe not as far as I went before, but I'm gonna pop my chin up and return to neutral on the heel position. So this is now creating more of a full body effect. So instead of this, I'm doing this, ha, boom, ha. So that is an example of a really small shift that makes an absolutely huge difference in your shuffle dancing. And this is the type of nuanced coaching and nuanced tips that I give inside of all of my shuffle programs. They all include 60 days to a private community where you can get constant feedback from me. Ask me questions like, what would make this look more complete? How can I be more creative with other body parts? And I will give you my specific ideas through one-to-one feedback videos, weekly calls, and so much more on top of the actual course content. If you are a shuffle dance beginner, the Footwork Blueprint Fundamentals course is definitely where I would start. This is going to help you to learn the fundamentals, master shuffle dance and cutting shapes fundamentals, clean technique, transitions, control, all of that good stuff in 90 days or less. My Rising Novice program, on the other hand, this is for the level above beginner. So you're not totally a beginner. You've figured out your foundations. You're feeling pretty confident in them, but you're not quite at that intermediate level yet. This one is for you, and this is going to really help you with freestyle confidence, power and variations, and also refining the foundations that we already know and love. You're going to improve your explosiveness. You're going to be able to think more on the spot, and you're going to do all of this in 90 days or less. And lastly, for my shufflers who have been shuffling for a little bit of a longer time, maybe you're hitting a plateau right now, you're not sure what you need, but you know that you want to be more creative as a dancer. This is where my intermediate level course, Shuffle Shred On Demand, is for you. This is gonna help you turn like, okay, I just dance to the music, to like full musical embodiment and control. You're gonna have full body confidence, be able to add different elements into your freestyle. So taking this prompt that I gave you with the head and being able to literally run with it and getting so much more creative. You're gonna learn dance concepts, and you will be able to shuffle dance without feeling overwhelmed in your freestyle, again, in 90 days or less. All of these programs come with lifetime access to the full course and all its updates. And then of course, the community, as I said. So this is where you can ask those more nuanced questions, where I can give you even deeper, specific feedback to who you are as a dancer and how you want your flow to develop. Just like we did today with how to move your head. There are so many different ways that we can take this one prompt and cater it to you, and that's exactly what we do inside of the community. I'm gonna drop a link for each of those inside of the caption today. You can check out which program you think is best for you. If you're unsure, DM me on Instagram at Shuffle Shred, and I can help you decide which level is gonna be best for you right now. Can't wait to see you in the community. Make sure you're using that head, use your full body, and don't forget to subscribe to Shuffle Shred to become a more powerful, confident, and unique shuffler, and I'll see you in the next one.